ශ්‍රී ලංකා විවෘත විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ කුලපති සේවාර්ජිත මහාචාර්ය ධම්මික තන්ත්‍රිගොඩ මහතාට උපාධි ප්‍රදානෝත්සව දේශනය පැවැත්වීම සඳහා ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනය කරමි.
Vice Chancellor Professor Padmalal Manage, Director, Postgraduate Institute of Management, Professor Kalum Gamage, Deans of Faculties, members of the academic staff, Registrar Mr. Valivita, graduates of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura who received their degrees today in this convocation, proud parents, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I am very pleased to have this opportunity of delivering the convocation address at this session of the General Convocation of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, allocated to the faculties of Technology and Engineering. I consider this invitation an honor as well as privilege conferred upon me, and would like to thank the Vice Chancellor, the University Senate, the Council, and especially the Deans of Faculties of Technology and Engineering, Professor Nirmini and Dr. Dhammika, for providing me with this opportunity. At the outset, I would like to warmly congratulate all of you who just graduated and some of you who have also received awards for your academic distinction, academic excellence. Let me also add that I share with you a sense of achievement and exuberance of being proud products of the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, and happily join your loving parents and teachers, proud teachers, in applauding your success, rejoicing your success. As my convocation address, I have selected the subject that perhaps is not very common in engineering and technology parlance, which nonetheless, in my opinion, is of relevance to the two disciplines, I mean technology and engineering, at least indirectly, if not directly. Hence, I have titled my address, Marvels of Imagination. Imagination is a blessing or a felicity that humans have possessed since time immemorial. It is the power of forming mental images of things that are not felt or perceived by senses. It is with imagination that all creative human endeavors begin. Literature, which is a product of imagination, teaches us novel ways of looking at the world. Both art and music are also expressions of powerful imagination. Imagination displayed by expressive brushstrokes of talented artists not only please our eyes, but also provide food for thought. Inspiring melodies created by talented musicians soothe our ears while bringing tranquility and solace to our hearts and minds. Imaginations that originate in our mind can be numerous and vivid. If we want to make the best use of them, we have to organize them and even control them to a certain extent, preventing them running riot. Extremely clever, fruitful, and organized ways of using imagination that arise in your minds can be seen in science and technology. In science and technology, any imagination is welcome, but treated with a degree of skepticism. Any new scientific development commences with an imagination that is called hypothesis. Scientists use their imagination freely in developing hypotheses. This is followed by a rigorous testing process. Those hypotheses found acceptable will eventually be recognized as scientific laws. Scientific theories and models are brilliant imaginations, constrained or calibrated by real-world observations. In science and technology, none of the laws, theories, or models are considered sacred. Indeed, they may be subject to criticism and even falsification, thus paving way for better and more acceptable forms of imaginations to be accommodated. This is how the never-ending journey of science and technology proceeds in search of reality by repeatedly testing, refining and reshaping imaginations and embracing the new ones. As we can see in science and technology, there have been many attempts to use the well-organized imagination to solve complicated real-world problems. The design thinking method originally proposed by the Nobel laureate Herbert A. Simon in his book, The Science of the Artificial, and later developed by several other engineers, technologists, and social scientists, has the ability to solve ill-defined problems interwoven with technical, economic, and social complications by emulating the methodology used in science and technology. In design thinking, nonlinear nature of the problem is addressed by repeatedly redefining it with the aim of converting it into a well-defined problem and using an iterative procedure to solve it in the same manner we solve nonlinear problems in mathematics. There is enough room for improving this method or devising similar but more powerful methods if we explore our imagination in a creative manner. Creativity is another skill that goes hand in hand with imagination. In fact, it is a byproduct of clever imaginations or such imaginations in action. Earlier, it was thought that creativity is a divine gift. However, now it is seen as the ability to perceive the world in novel ways and see the hidden relationships among apparently unrelated phenomena and the ability to offer solutions to associated problems. This is a skill that can be developed by having a wide knowledge base covering multitude of disciplines. Cross-fertilization of views of different disciplines can also give rise to highly creative ideas. Further, setting aside traditional views and looking at something in an entirely different way, popularly known as out-of-the-box thinking, is also a means of harnessing creativity. Another important fact we should realize is that we are living in an era of rapid development of knowledge. Many academic disciplines are on the verge of undergoing paradigm shifts. Such changes, coupled with recent and future developments of artificial intelligence and allied fields, will pave the way for a true revolution of knowledge creation, thus making it a powerful entity. The future economy of the world depends on knowledge more than anything else. In such an environment, in such an ecosystem, highly educated people with imagination, coupled with creativity, will become true leaders of the world economy. It's worthwhile bearing in mind that this will happen during the span of your professional life. You should be resolute enough to take up the challenge to become part of that elite community, and I am sure you possess the necessary basic knowledge, imaginative power, and creativity to be comfortably included in that elite society. If you do not possess the required competencies, it is never too late for you to assimilate those and continue your forward journey towards success. What is really needed is courage, determination, and self-confidence. A salient feature of the economy based on knowledge is that it can be started at individual level. I'm sure if you equip yourselves with brilliant imagination coupled with creativity, you can fit into this situation very well. I hope you will become proud owners, creators, and disseminators of new knowledge and technology rather than passive users of those. With such accomplishments, you will certainly become an asset to our motherland, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka needs people like you. Sri Lanka needs people of your caliber. I am very much hopeful you will, as imaginative engineers and technologists, avail yourself for every opportunity that comes your way to serve our country and our people to the best of your ability, making your beloved alma mater, the University of Sri Jayewardenepura, the great University of Sri Jayewardenepura, happy and proud. In that hope and expectation, ladies and gentlemen, my dear graduates, I now conclude my address with renewed congratulations to all of you, wishing you success in future endeavors. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.